Okay, we're at this house, and as you can see, it's had some serious movement issues and has left these huge cracks around the windows in nearly every room of this house. The good news is, it's now been rectified with some underpinning work. But how are we going to fix it? I'm going to show you in this video. So they've let this house sit for some time now, and I've just been given the green light. In my last video, we've been using corner cement and fiber fused max to cover the cracking, and everything is going really well. I recommend not using self-adhering mesh tape. It does not work well on these kind of repairs. These all get 3 coats, and I've managed to get all of these taped in with one mix. You need to remember, when you're patching over walls that have already been painted, they will take longer to dry each coat, because the moisture, it can't get away as fast. You can even get some pinhole bubbles occurring on the top coats. Now, this fiber fused max, it's the top pick when it comes to the nasty movement cracks. These kind of cracks are more common than you think too. I actually spent quite a few years fixing cracks like these in newly built homes. I would do the plastering and the painting. That's kind of like my thing. I do subcontract work out to like a close friend of mine who runs like larger teams who will do full houses and that sort of thing, and I'll jump in where I want. But a lot of tradespeople, they don't like to do this kind of work. I can understand why. You have to deal with the public a lot more. You have certain restrictions when working in people's homes and the times you can work. I found it makes quite difficult to find guys who actually enjoy this aspect of the trade. You have to turn up day after day with clean drop sheets. You have to take the rubbish away. Even doing this kind of work, you need to be able to pick up your own materials. As well as all the time, you have to improvise and turn into MacGyver. With whatever you have in the back of the van to fix, I at least carry spare timber for framing, drop saws, nail guns. In saying this, I think it's probably the repair and the small internal job market that is easier to enter into though. Unlike doing new work, you don't need hundreds of dollars of materials each job, or even thousands. You don't have to wait weeks to get paid. What I really like about drywall plastering is that you know you need the drywall and the compounds and the tape, along with your hand tools. And it's nearly the same every time, and you can turn up to sort of any job with that. Whereas the painting side of things, everyone's wall color is different, and you need to color match and that sort of thing. Thankfully, most people's ceilings are all white, and I've been using the same ceiling paint formula and brand for over a decade. And after each job, I just wrap it up in some plastic, and it's ready to go for the next white ceiling. So if you're considering starting a business doing these kind of repairs like what I do, I say go for it. A few posts and you're started. I have a few other little tips for where small jobs can be found. I'm not talking about real estate property managers and that sort of thing either. They are good. Often at the end of a tenancy, it requires a repair, which is like too big for a regular painter, and they don't carry the base coats and the tape. Definitely, when you think about it, if you're offering both to a prospective customer, be it a property manager or anything like that, or a builder, if you can do the plastering and the painting, you're definitely going to have one over just a regular painter. We're getting through this second coat and everything is starting to look better already. One more coat after this and it's just the top coat. It's pre-mixed, it's very fast, but this is staying really wet. So in the meantime, tell me what kind of work you do. I'd like to hear from you guys. I'd like to hear you guys in the comments, see what you're up to as well. If anyone is in Australia and wants me to come and film them, and they're in construction, it could be concrete, it could be whatever it is, just reach out to me. It's very time consuming filming yourself. I really enjoy traveling and seeing guys who are better than me, do things differently to what I do, and that way I can learn more. And so most of you that are watching can learn more as well. So this repair could be much worse. It could be textured. Not only do you have to fix the cracks, you have to match the texture pattern. Thankfully here as well, I won't have to redo this paint job, and it'll just be one solid color, so that's definitely going to save me time. These ceilings are pretty messed up though. Some big cracks, and also we've got a serious problem with paint peeling around the area, so I'm not really worried about these cracks at all. It's the paint that's peeling, so we're going to need to get that peel stop back out. Make sure everything's all good before you patch them again, or else you're just going to be picking paint off, picking paint out of your paint. Picking paint peels out of your paint. That's what you're going to be doing. So yeah, definitely reach out to me down in the comments. I hope you're enjoying this video. I'm just going to shoot straight onto the top coating. Been quite busy getting these videos out. Trying to do a voiceover for you guys so we can have a chat. Otherwise, it's pretty boring, or I have to stick some music over it or something. So let me know what you want to talk about on the next video, and I'll let you watch the rest. Write something down in the comments, and enjoy the rest of the video. Oh, by the way, with what I was talking about before, where to find more work, pick up a lot of these small jobs, is when I was starting out, I would follow around an air conditioning guy. Had a bunch of monkeys working for him, and they were always stepping through ceilings and that sort of thing. And I was getting at least 2 or 3 small repair jobs, each worth a couple of $100 every week from these guys. Here's the kitchen, the paint peeling in the kitchen. Come up pretty good. I'll just show you all of these joints. They're all been second coated now. Oh, it's wet. It's way too wet.
Too wet.
Reckon we just let it dry.
Yeah, let it dry.
Okay.
Do it first.
James is just cutting a paint sample. So the secret is not to go too deep. Just taking the outside layer off and take that down to the paint shop. And that's how you get your samples. Beautiful. Those patches are looking beautiful, man. Aren't they?